Good night, my old son. God bless. And thank you very much. So, you want a little chat, do you?
Look, Frank, I don't want to make things more difficult than they already are, but I had to come for Pat's sake. There's no easy way of saying this, but I want you to leave the square. I just can't sit around and watch Pat and Janine's lives being completely torn apart. Not again. And if you think you're going to walk in here and pick up where you left off, well, believe me, you'll be making a very grave mistake.
Oh, is that right?
You abandoned her, Frank. And Pat had the courage to pick up the pieces and start all over again. Now, don't you think she deserves a little bit of happiness?
With you mean?
Yes. Now, look, I know this isn't easy, but... Well, I've got a few contacts. Now, I'm sure I can fix you up with something. I might even be able to push a little bit of cash your way, you know, till you get a job. If you really cared anything for Pat and Janine, you'd let them get on with their lives. Well?
That would suit you down to the ground, that wouldn't it, eh? For me to leg it. Shall I go tonight?
I'm not saying that you have to...
I tell you what you're saying, my old son. You're saying I don't have any rights anymore. That I lost them the day that I walked out of here. Well, let me put you straight on something, shall I? I'm not proud of what I've done. Things got on top of me. It can happen to anybody. And yes, I was bang out of order. I didn't know what I was doing and I got out. But now, I've had to pay a price for all of that. And you will never know what it took for me to come back here and face my family again.
Pat doesn't want you back. It's finished. Over.
I know that. I know that. And I wouldn't want her. Not now. All I want is what's mine. My kids, my home, and my business. And not you or anybody else is ever going to stop me getting them back again. Do you understand? Because if you don't, my old son, it'll be you making the very grave mistake. Not me.
There's something for everyone this Sunday night on BBC1. Sir Harry Seacombe joins the people of Dumfries at 6:30 in a toast to Robbie Burns. And the Antiques Roadshow discloses the true value of some cherished items. There's a series of garden thefts at 7:50. Crab investigates in true style.
Oh, let's go back to base and have some decent coffee, eh?
At 9, new drama.
Tell me who that woman is.
In a mugs game.
He's watching Kathy. That isn't a Rottweiler up there. It's a lovesick puppy dog.
Oh, mercy, don't you?
At 5 to 10, Ruby Wax meets Imelda Marcos in a new series of spectacular interviews. And Everyman investigates the controversial Christian channel Europe at 10:45. That's Sunday night on BBC1.
Victory over Arsenal and First Division Sheffield United proved that in the FA Cup, even underdogs can have a serious bite. Now they're taking on Aston Villa with one of the best defensive records in the Premier League. Both teams are bristling with international talent, but can the Blades really carve their way through another Premier giant? Fourth round FA Cup action from BBC Sport. Sheffield United v Aston Villa. Match of the day live today, 3:45 on BBC1.
And before the football, we've tennis on BBC1. From Melbourne, highlights of the men's final in the Australian Open are introduced by Sue Barker.
afternoon. The men's final at the Australian Open took place earlier today. It wasn't the final we expected, as both Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi had been beaten. But it did feature the two players who had been improving with every match. Boris Becker, who was bidding to win his first Grand Slam title since winning in Melbourne 5 years ago, and Michael Chang, whose only Grand Slam success had been at the French Open back in 1989.